Good evening, all of you. I hope I am audible and visible. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think now most of you have joined, and whoever will be joining later, I will be admitting them to the session. So let me share my screen so that we can proceed with the today's session. So the screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Someone wants to join. Let me admit him. Okay. So welcome to the problem solving session for NPTEL course on sustainable architecture. This is the week 7 problem solving session, and I, Sudhir Kumar Gupta, will be taking this session for you all. And here are my web page and mail link through that you can reach me out whenever you want to if you have some query. And today we will be discussing around 50 sample problem questions based on the week 7 content that was provided to you, and after that we will be discussing 10 previous year assignment questions that was given last year, and some of them also came in the examinations. So we will be proceeding with a total of 60 questions. So we will be and we will be not consuming more than 2 minutes for one question, so that we can finish it off by today to our problem solving session. So can we move to the question one for the today's session?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here is the first question for all of you, which is based on the lecture 31, Material and Resources, Part 1. What is the correct definition of waste diversion?
Option C,
Okay.
manage waste other than incineration to avoid incineration or landfills.
Okay. So someone wants to join. Let me admit him. Okay. So everybody is fine with option C, that is managing waste to avoid incineration or landfills.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. So in the slide 2 of this lecture 31, you will know that different definitions of different terminologies were discussed, where waste diversion was defined as the practice of managing waste so that it avoids being sent to landfills or incineration by finding alternative uses for the materials, such as recycling or repurposing for constructions. That's why option C, as well said by Elena, managing waste to avoid incineration or landfill, is the definition of waste diversion for the question number one. Can we move to the question number two now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here is question number two for all of you. As per TERI report, by 2047, the waste generation in India is estimated to exceed by how much?
260 million tons per year.
So again, Elena is saying 260 million tons per year. So let me note the answers of other students also. Okay. So Sasidhar is also agreeing with option C. What about others? Others also try to participate in this problem solving session and give your valuable input in the chat box. Whatever answer you think it is the most suitable one for this question.
Hello, I cannot see the screen.
Okay. So rest of you, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think Sarajji, you can again log out and rejoin the session. It will be beneficial.
Okay.
Okay, because rest of others are able to see the screen.
Okay.
Okay. So the correct answer for this question number second is 260 million tons per year, and it was also discussed in the slide number 5 of this lecture 31, where as per the report report given by the TEDI, it was estimated that the waste generation in India is projected to exceed 260 million tons per year by 2057 due to lifestyle changes and increased urbanization. So all of you are fine with option C, though. So then we can move to the question 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here is question number 3 for all of you. Which type of waste is not biodegradable? Out of the four options given to you, which waste is not biodegradable? Food waste, garden trimmings, glass, organic waste. Okay. So this question is also, I think it is bit clear, and all of you have given the right answer only. So let me admit Sivalinga. Okay. So option C, all of you are absolutely right. It is an example of a non-biodegradable material, and which means that it cannot decompose naturally, or it remains in the environment for longer time as compared to the all other options. So let's move to the question number 4. Here is question number 4 for all of you. Waste disposal involves recycling materials for further use. This statement is true or false?
False.
So one is saying false. Others also try to give your answers in the chat box. Okay, so I'm getting the mix of answers. So false is the right answer for this question. Question number 4. Try to read the statement given in the question number 4. It is saying waste disposal involves recycling materials for further use. So waste disposal mainly refers to the process of eliminating the waste by discarding it or doing incineration or disposing it. It is not talking about the recycling or reusing it. So waste disposal don't involve recycling materials. Am I clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So be aware about the terms. Let me admit someone else if he or she wants to join. Okay, fine. So can we move to the next question? Question number 5.
Yes, sir.
So here is
Yes, sir.
question number 5 for all of you. Similarly, try to give answer to this question that the biodegradable waste can be decomposed by natural processes and converted into elemental form. Is this true or false?
Option A, true.
True.
Okay, so it is clear to all of you. So without wasting much of our time, let's move to the question number 6 and try to know how many of you can give answer to this question. Combustible rubbish includes items like metals and glass. So by the
False.
definition of combustible rubbish, you can answer to this question. Question number 6. All of you try to participate in the problem solving session and give your answers based on the understanding of your lecture 31, slide number 7.
Option B, false.
Okay. So option B, false. How many of you have given answer? Let me see. So most of you have already answered. So option B false is the right answer for this because the combustible rubbish refers to the materials that can be burnt, such as paper, cardboard, or clothes. While the metals or glasses stated in the statements, they are non-combustible materials. That's why it is false. All of you are absolutely correct. Let's move to next question. Question number 7. Here is question number 7 for all of you. How much energy is required when recycling aluminum compared to the producing virgin material? Whether it is
50%.
50% or 75%, 90 to 95%, 5 to 10%. Recycling
I
of
think I think 5 to 10%.
Okay, all of you give your answers based on the understanding of lecture 31. Then I will be discussing with the answer. Okay, so most of you have given option D. So option D is the right answer for this question. That is, the recycling of aluminum requires only 5 to 10% of energy needed to produce new aluminum or virgin aluminum material. That is highlighting the significant of energy savings through recycling of aluminum materials. So 5 option D, as all of you have answered, this is the right answer also, 5 to 10%. Is it clear to all of you now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then let's move to the next question. Question number 8. Here is question number 8 for all of you. What is the approximate percentage of India's total landfill waste generated by the metro cities?
17%.
D 37.
So this you can answer based on the understanding of slide number 13 of lecture 31. Let me admit. So what is the right answer? All of you give your answers in the chat box. Elena is saying C. What is the approximate percentage of India's total landfill waste generated by metro cities?
D 37%.
So option C is the right answer for this question. That is 17%. Approximately 17% of the total landfill waste is generated from the metro cities in India. You can refer and open to the slide of lecture 31. Let me admit Hema.
True.
This is clear now?
True.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then let's move to the next question. Question number 9. Here is question number 9 for all of you. What are the three key dimensions of a sustainable solid waste management solution?
Environmental, economic, technology. B.
So all of you try to give answer to this question number 9. I think it is clear to all of you. From the definition of a sustainability also you can give this answer. The three key dimensions of sustainable solid waste management solutions.
social, political, social. C.
Yes. So C is the right answer for this question. Option C, that is the solid waste management solution that considers environment impacts, long-term economic feasibility, and social acceptance, including the care for human and animal populations. That will be referred as a sustainable solid waste management solution. So everybody is fine with the answer, option C.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then let's move to the next question. Question number 10. Try to give answer to this question also. Question number 10. That is, the recycling glass requires same amount of energy as producing new glass.
I think true.
So what about others? You can,
False.
you can refer to the slide number 10 of lecture 31.
Option
So whether it is true or false. So Sasidhar is saying true. So false is the right answer for this question. When we were discussing about the aluminum, the discussion about the glass was also written. Like these materials consider or uses around 5 to 10% of the energy required to produce new materials, and both aluminum and glass they significantly reduce the energy consumption. So this statement is false. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So let's move to the questions that can be found from lecture 32, material and resources part 2. So here we will be discussing some of the questions based on this lecture number 32. Here is the first question from this lecture 32. Try to give answer to this question also like you have given to the previous questions. Which of the following factors is not considered when selecting technologies for waste management? Option A, origin and quality of the waste. Option B, availability of outlets for produced energy. Option C, color of the waste. And option D, cost of the alternatives. Let me see how many of you given the answer. Okay, so all of you have given the option C as the right answer. So this option C is the right answer for this question. And as you know that the key factors for selecting the waste management technologies that include the origin and the quality of waste, the presence of hazardous substances, availability of outlets for energy, the market for byproducts like compost, energy prices, cost of alternatives, and experience of technology provider. These all factors we consider, but there is no relevance to the color of the waste. That's why option C will be eliminated out of the four options. So here is the second question for all of you. Which of the following waste management technologies generates the highest energy output out of the four options? Paper recycling, incineration, vermicomposting, and composting. So all of you give your answers. Okay. So all of you have given the right answer. B is the right answer for this question. That is incineration. So all of you are right. I think we can move to the next question. That is question number 3. What is the key advantage of vermicomposting over the traditional composting methodologies? It produces no odor, it takes less time than composting, it requires no maintenance, or it requires more space than composting. Out of the four, you have to find out the key advantage of vermicomposting over the traditional composting.
Option C, sir.
Okay, let me wait for others to answer.
I think D.
Yeah. So Sarajji is absolutely right. Option B is the right answer. That is, vermicomposting generally takes less time than the traditional composting. Although both the methods produce odor, they require significant maintenance. And vermicomposting is more compact. That's why option D is also eliminated. So option B is the right answer for this question. Question number 3. Is it fine for all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
slide, I think it was mentioned vermicomposting takes time. So, and even less maintenance. So, which will be the optimum answer? So, because it's given here, it takes less time
So
than
it is written it requires no maintenance. So this is absolutely incorrect. Option C.
yes, fine.
Okay. So here is question number 4 for all of you. Try to give answer to this question also.
People, large people.
False, sir.
Okay.
People, large.
So how many of you are agreeing with this statement?
I think it is true.
Let me admit someone else. Participant number 12. So all of you who have joined the today's session, they can mark their attendance in the chat box. Meanwhile, all of you mark your attendance. Then we will be discussing the question. Total 12 participants have joined today. Okay, so all of you are marking their attendance. Meanwhile, let me discuss this question. So whoever have marked the option A, they are absolutely right. As it was discussed in the slide 3, that the paper recycling requires an initial investment of around 12 lakh rupees, but generates around 10 lakh rupees of a value addition annually. So if you talk about the initial investment, that it is having large capital investment it requires, you can say, but all at the another end, it also generates significant economic benefits in long term run. Otherwise, if it is not beneficial for the long term run also, then why paper recycling will be done by anyone? So I think now this you can refer to the slide 3 also, and this statement is true. If you all of you are agreeing, then I can move to the next question, question number 5.
Yes, sir.
Is it fine for all of you?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So here is question number 5. Medical waste should always be mixed with municipal solid waste for easier processing.
False.
False. False.
False. So all of you know that the medical waste should never be mixed with the municipal solid waste. It must be collected separately and incinerated to avoid contamination and hazardous exposure. So false will be the right answer. Let's move to the next question. Question number 6. Here is question number 6 for you. It is objective question. Which of the following method is used to treat hazardous waste before storing it in the perpetual storage?
Chemical treatment.
Option D, sir.
Option D. So Alina is saying option D. Okay, so most of you have already answered. That is fine. So option D is the right answer for this question. That according to the content of the waste, the hazardous waste can be treated using the thermal or the chemical or the incineration method before storing it in a perpetual storage, such as landfills or salt formations. So all of you have marked option D. That is the right answer. All of the above will be the answer for this question number 6. Let's move to the next question. Question number 7. What is the method used to? Here is the question. What is the method used for sealing nuclear waste? Out of the four options, landfill disposal, deep well disposal, incineration, and chemical treatment. Okay, some of you are saying D, some of you are saying B, and most of you are going with option B. Good participants are there today. So option B is the right answer for this question. That is, deep well disposal is used for hazardous waste, and including those nuclear waste also, which was asked in the question, where it is pumped into deep wells, properly sealed, and can be retrieved if necessary. So these nuclear waste, they are themselves kind of chemicals. So chemical treatment will not be the suitable answer. The most suitable answer will be the deep well disposal, as all of you or most of you have marked it also. So is it fine for all of you? Question number 7.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then let's move to the next question. Question number 8 of lecture 32. Here is question number 8 of lecture 32. According to the green building rating system, what is the priority in managing construction waste, or topmost criteria for managing construction waste? Okay. So again, most of you have answered C except Sivalinga. Answering D. So for this question, question number 8, C is the right answer as most of you have answered. And in the initial discussion on the sustainable waste management also, we have discussed the primary or the first level of this managing the waste is to reduction, or 3R. We have also discussed that reduction, reuse, recycle. In that also we have discussed first priority is to reduce the waste generation, and that is written in the option C, that it is the
Yes,
most
sir.
primary one. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then let's move and revise next question. Question number 9. Here's question number 9 for all of you. Green building rating system mandate the segregation of waste on site to ensure efficient recycling and disposal. Okay. So all of you have given the right answer. This statement is absolutely correct. That is, the green building systems require efficient segregation of waste on site to maximize recycling and resource recovery, which also provides proper storage and disposal methods. This is well explained in the slide 19 of lecture 32. Let's move to the next question, question number 10. Here is question number 10 for all of you. Sending food waste to fisheries is an example of waste to energy technology. Is it true or false?
I think two.
So what fisheries?
Yeah. So it is talking about not sending it to the converting it to the high calorific value. So try to read through the question and give the right answer for this again.
Sending food waste to bakery.
It is talking about whenever you are sending the food waste to the and pigs, you can say, or animals to eat. That piggeries refers to the farm where pigs are breed. So, or you can insert instead of piggeries, you can put any of the animals or sending it to the other animals. So it will be an example of waste to energy technology or not. The question is clear.
Yes, sir.
So in you can refer to the slide 30. You can open it. So different waste management strategy was discussed. So whenever you will be sending the food materials to the fisheries, it is a kind of distribution. So it will come under the waste diversion and reuse. So you were having some sort of waste. You have divided it, or you have done the diversion of it, and you are reusing it. That is fine, but it is not coming under the waste to energy technology, because the waste to energy technology, it involves the converting the waste with high calorific value into energy.
Okay.
Now it is clear what is waste to energy technology and what is waste diversion and reuse.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So let's move to the question. Next question. Here is the next question for all of you, here, which will be based on the third lecture, or you can say lecture 33, Material and Resources Part 3 of this week 7 course. Here is the first question of lecture 33. So similarly, we will be having 10 questions from each of the lectures of this week content. So 2 week content we have finished, and we have solved around 20 questions. Now these questions will be based on the third lecture of week 7, and here also we will practice 10 sample questions that can be formed with this content of week 7 lecture third. Here is the first question for that. What is the most common scope used to calculate the embodied energy of a material? From the definition of embodied energy, you can answer to this question that was discussed in the slide second of this week lecture 33. So if you well understand by the embodied energy definition, then you can answer to this question, because what is cradle to grave, that was also discussed in the previous lectures. So what will be the right answer for this question? Question number one, all of
C,
you.
sir.
Okay.
C.
So one of you are saying C. What about others? Okay. So three of you are saying C. Alumina is also saying C. Fine. So C is the right answer for this question. That is cradle to grave. It includes the cradle to grave. It includes the full life cycle of the material, from raw material extraction to its disposal, and it is the most used scope to calculate the embodied energy. So option C is the right answer for the first question of lecture 33. Everybody is fine with the answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then let's move to the next question. Question second. Which of the following materials fall under the category of very high energy intensive material according to NBC of India, National Building Code of India? First is lime, second is aluminum, third is timber, and fourth one is fly ash based products. Which of the material fall under the high energy intensive materials as per NBC?
B. Aluminum.
Okay. Others also give your answers in the chat box. Then, if everybody is fine with and has given the right answer, then we will be moving to the next question. So, okay. So most of you, all of you have given option B. So B is the right answer. That is, according to NBC, aluminum falls into the category of very high energy intensive materials. And in the slide 4, you can see also the list was given to you, and they are with energy intensity of greater than 50 gigajoule. per ton was given to the aluminum materials? Someone that wants to join. Okay. So whoever have joined later, they can mark their attendance in the chat box, and whoever have answered option B, they are absolutely correct. So everybody, if everybody is fine, then we are moving to the next question. Question number 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So try to give the answer of this question. Question number 3. That is, what is the embodied energy intensity range for the materials classified under medium energy intensity as per NBC of India? What is the range? Okay. So all of you are right that the range of 1 to 5 gigajoule per ton. It is the range for the medium energy intensive materials. Can you give the example of some of the medium energy intensive materials?
Lime,
Lime.
Lime, right?
brick, clay,
Yeah. Some more that gypsum, plasterboard, timber, those also
concrete blocks.
comes under medium only. Okay. So let's move to the next question. Question 4. Here is question number 4. The process of building reuse is only applicable to new construction material, not to existing buildings. This is true or false?
False.
Okay. So four of you have said false out of 11. So I want all of you to give your answers based on your understanding of the lecture videos, so that we can make it an interactive and discuss on the answers if you are going in the wrong direction. Here is the question again, showing for left of you, rest of you who have not given the answer. So false is the right answer for this question. That is, the building reuse is relevant for existing buildings also that are undergoing the renovations or major additions. So saying that it is not relevant to the existing buildings, it is absolutely wrong. That's why it is false. The right answer. Here is question number 5. Which of the following is a compliance criteria for the reuse of non-structural elements in sustainable architecture? Whether it is 75% of the structural elements must be used, or 50% of the structural elements must be used, or 50% of the non-structural elements must be used, or the last option, option D, that is 25% of the structural elements must be used. Compliance criteria for reuse of non-structural elements. So C and D. So B is not the right answer at all because we are talking about the non-structural elements. Compliance criteria for the reuse of non-structural elements, not about the structural elements. So B cannot be the answer. Out of C and D, you have to choose whether 20%, 25% of the non-structural elements must be used or 50% of the non-structural elements must be reused. Out of the two, which is the right answer? And all of you choose your answers in the chat box for this question number fifth. I have received answer of Elena and Saratji. What about others? So out of option C and D, which is the right answer?
C.
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 Yeah. Now you are right. That C is the right answer. The compliance criteria for the non-structural element is to reuse 50% of the interior non-structural elements by area, which includes walls, doors, floor coverings, and ceiling systems in completed building. Okay. So can we move to the next question? Question number six.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here is question number six from lecture 33, slide number 22. What is the minimum percentage of material cost that must come from salvaged, refurbished, or reused materials in a project? It is talking about the cost, material cost. You can refer to the slide 22 also and try to give answer to this question. Lecture number question number six from lecture number 33. 5%, 10%, 15%, or 20%. Okay, so all of you are going in the right direction. That is option A. At least 5% of the total material cost in a project must come from salvaged, refurbished, or reused material to comply with the sustainability criteria. This was discussed in the lecture videos. So option A will be the right answer, and all of you have given the right answer only. So let's move to the next question. Question number 7. Here is question number 7. Which of the following is not an example of non-structural elements that can be reused? So this discussion I was doing in the just previous questions. What structural elements we can reuse? So out of the four, which is not the example of non-structural elements that can be reused? Doors, load-bearing walls, partition walls, false ceilings.
B. Load bearing walls.
B. Load-bearing walls. So most of you are going with option D, false ceilings. So this time Sivalinga is absolutely right. That is option B, load bearing walls. This is the right answer for this question number 7 because we are talking in the question, you can see that we are talking about the which is not an example of non-structural element. So load bearing walls, they come under the structural elements. uh, and while the others option that I have mentioned like doors, walls, false ceilings, these are the examples of non-structural elements that can be reused. So I hope for now it is clear. Option B is the right answer, not option D.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Double negative.
Is it fine?
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for your participation. Let's move to the next question. Question number 8. So this is question number 8 from lecture 33. The cost of a salvaging material is always lower than procuring new materials. Okay, I will give a mix of answers. So you can refer to the slide 22 of lecture 33. So in slide number 22, it was discussed that in some of the cases, the cost of the salvaging materials and these materials such as wood flooring may be higher than procuring the new materials. Was that discussed?
So yeah, some point, some explanation was given, but yeah,
So
we
it,
couldn't relate.
yeah, this statement is talking about the cost of salvaging material is always lower than. You can see the statement again. It is talking that in no cases the cost will be low. This higher. In all the cases, the cost of salvaging materials will be lower than the procuring new materials. So this statement is false. In some of the cases, and example of those cases are wood flooring. If you are doing the wood flooring with the salvaging materials, then in some of the cases it may lead to the higher cost than procuring the new materials. Then
Okay.
the question will be why we are going with salvaging materials then if it is higher cost. So even though they are higher, but these salvaging materials can lead to the environmental benefits.
Sheet number 24.
Yeah. So it was discussed in the sheet number 24. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's move to the next question. Try to see this true and false type of question. The statement understanding is very important because one word can make the statement true or false. So read each of the words carefully and understand the statement, then try to give your answer. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here is question number 9. Then try to give answer to this question also. The reuse of materials in sustainable construction is measured by their total area rather than total cost. So whether this statement is true or false out of all the participants. Okay. So I think this statement is well clear to all of you, and all of you are marking the right answer. So this is absolutely true that the material reuse in sustainable construction is calculated based on the total area of the components, not on the cost of the materials. So I think this is well clear statement. Need no further discussion. Let's move to next question. Question number 10. Here is question number 10. Refurbished materials enhance performance and appearance without significant alteration to their form. So this is the last question of lecture 33. Then we will be moving to the questions, some of the simple problems based on the content of lecture 34, material and resources part 4. So try to give the answer to this question. Then we will moving to the next questions based on lecture 34. Refurbished material enhance performance and appearance without significant alteration to their form. So you can refer to the slide 21. The definition of refurbished material was also given to you. 656. Okay. So Saralji, Elena, all of you have given the answer. So all of you are right. This true state. This statement is absolutely true. That the refurbished material are those that have been reused without significant alteration, but they have undergone enhancement in their performance, appearance, or functionality. This was discussed. So let's move to the lecture 34, material and resources, part 4 questions. And here is the first question from this lecture 34. Which of the following material is 100% recyclable and commonly used in building projects? So whether it is gypsum board or it is steel or plastic or wood, which is 100% or approximately 100%, you can say, recyclable, and also it is commonly used in the building construction or building projects. So let me see how many of you have given the answer till now for this question first. Okay, so B. What about Elena?
So I don't know the answer.
Okay, it's fine. So as you can see, some of the hints are already given in the question only. That you can also refer to the slide 6 of this lecture 34. Then you can see some flow diagram was also given to you, and here it is written the building material that is commonly used in the building projects. So which material out of these four you can see which is commonly used? Like plastic, it is less commonly used. Another thing is which can be recyclable, easily recyclable. So plastic cannot be recyclable easily as compared to others. So this you can eliminate. Gypsum board you can eliminate. So as all rest of you whoever have answered, steel will be the most appropriate answer, and which is noted to be approximately 100% recyclable, making it sustainable option in the construction projects. Fine.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, so try to eliminate some of the options, then I think out of two or three left you can choose the most suitable one. So let's move to the next question, and let's see how far you have understood the pre-consumer recycled content definition. So all the definitions you read it carefully and then choose the most suitable answer for this pre-consumer recycled content definition out of the four. Whether it is option A, that is materials reused by consumers after they have been discarded, or option B, where the industrial byproducts are reused before they reach to the consumers, or option C, where materials that are partially reused during the manufacturing processes, or option D, that is the last option, materials that are discarded after the consumer use and processed again. Out of the four options, which is the right answer for this question number 2? Pre-consumer recycling. So this time, I think only two of you have given the answer, and two of you are saying C. Others also try to participate in this session and give your answers because C is not the right answer.
If not C, then B, sir.
Okay, so option B is the right answer. That is, one flow diagram was also shown to you. You can refer to the slide 6, I guess. So there, one flow diagram was also shown to you from the industry. The waste that was getting accumulated during the manufacturing process, those waste they were sent to the recycling process. So these haven't gone to the customers. So this can be referred as the pre-consumer recycling content or the pre-consumer recycled content, where the waste from the industry byproducts are reused before they reach to the consumers. So it is pre-consumer. So consume they are not the materials or the content they are not reaching to the consumers.
Yes, sir.
Is it fine?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, but very less of you were able to give and understand the concept of pre-consumer content. Okay, fine. I think now it is clear. So you will be able to give answer to the subsequent question. Here is the next question. That is question number 3. Which of the following materials has a high percentage of post-consumer recycled content in the building sector? So based on the previous question discussion also, you can give the answer to this question as we have discussed in the question first, I guess. So which material is a highly recyclable? Which is structural steel, plastic particle board, underlay aggregate, and gypsum board. So A is the right answer, and I think most of you, or all of you, whoever have answered, Elena is also saying E. So, as we discussed in the first question, also, steel or structural steel is noted to have both high post-consumer or pre-consumer recycled content out of the four or out of the other three options that have been given. So, everybody is fine with the option A.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's move to the next question. Question number 4 of lecture 34. All recycled materials maintain the same quality and durability as virgin materials. Is it true or false?
False.
So this is
False.
false
False.
because it is talking about the all recycled materials. So you can give the example of many recycled materials such as plastic that may not have the same durability or same quality as the original or the new materials was having. So after recycling, it is not necessary that all the materials will be maintaining the same quality and durability. So false will be the right answer. You all of you are absolutely right. So let's move to the next question number 5, and let's see how far you have understood the life cycle analysis and recycling, and you are able to correlate both of them. This will be tested in the question number 5. Here is question number 5 for all of you. What type of life cycle does steel have in terms of recycling? If you understood the different life cycle analysis, that is cradle to gate, cradle to grave, cradle to cradle, so these questions you can easily answer. So this, when you are doing
C.
working with steel, so what type of life cycle it has? I'm talking about the life cycle analysis. Which life cycle analysis you will be performing for steel out of different life cycle analysis you have studied, whether it's cradle to gate, cradle to grave, cradle to cradle, gate to gate, different life cycle analysis.
C. C.
Okay, so let me see how many you are fine with. So Elena is saying B. So out of B and C, which will be the most suitable one? What do you understand by cradle to cradle? And what cradle to recycling, this kind of this life cycle study
So,
is.
Delta to recycling, I don't know whether that life cycle exists, but I haven't heard till today. But cradle to cradle is actually having recycling inbuilt.
That's right. So when you are talking about the life cycle analysis, so this cradle to cradle is there, cradle to landfill or cradle to recycling. These options can be eliminated uh, because this cradle to recycling, this don't speak about any particular this life cycle analysis process, because different life cycle analysis process they involve, it is not particularly in talking about the recycling of steel only. When we are talking about general, then the different life cycle analysis that can be performed, that was discussed also, that is cradle to gate, cradle to grave, cradle to cradle, cradle to this grave, all these things were there. But cradle to recycling is not the kind of life cycle analysis that we generally perform. That's why out of option B and C, the most suitable will be the option B. If you have to choose only one of the option, is it?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So let's move to the next question. Question number 6. Here is question number 6. Which material comes at a very high energy cost and has low recycling potential? We have talked about high recycling potential in the building sector as we are discussing about a sustainable architecture course. So, which is material is high energy cost, but it is having low recycling potential. That also we should know.
Concrete.
Okay. So, I think this question is no further. Someone is saying option C again. So concrete is in option B. and that is the right answer. As you were saying, this concrete, despite of its high energy demand in the manufacturing, concrete is not significantly recyclable. Other materials like wood, glass, you can recycle, but this will not be the right answer. So, Sarajji, you were saying concrete, but you are mentioning option C.
But concrete is right.
Yeah, so we have mentioned the C. I don't know why. So,
I cannot see the screen actually.
okay,
There
okay,
is
okay. So, concrete will be the right answer. Option B it is.
okay, okay.
Okay. So, here is question number 7. This will be also from lecture 34 only. Recycling can solve all environmental problems related to building materials.
Option B false.
Yeah, it is false. Why it is false? Can you give some supporting statement for this?
Because there are many other environmental problems related to building materials, like water, like that. So water can erode steel, like that. There are many other environmental issues too. Soil capacity. So like that and all.
Okay. So based on that, you have answered the question. So false will be the right answer. All of you are correct. Since recycling will be offering you significant environmental benefits, it is for sure, but it cannot solve all the problems related to the building materials, because other building related problems or the environmental problems that it will be creating is like you selection of local materials. For example, selection of these local materials is also necessary only if you are bringing the materials from far away places and you are doing the complete recycling of the building materials for at the site, but more or less directly or indirectly this bringing from far away distance is also causing some environmental problems or environmental impact, and this is also the dedicated to the building materials only. So such a conditions will be existing. So recycling the building materials at the site will not be able to solve all the environmental problems. You will have to consider all other factors also. Is it fine?
Yes.
Okay. So here is question number 8 then. The use of local materials help to reduce the environmental burden by minimizing the need for fuel in transportation.
True.
So this statement is true, and discussion about this I think I have already made in the previous question, question number 7. So I don't think any of you will be able to not give the right answer to this question. So you are right, it is true only. So let's move to the next question. Question number, if you are listening to the explanations well, so I think it will be beneficial for you for some of the questions like it happened in the this question. So here is question number 9. The compliance with the regional material procurement requires 50% of the materials to be locally sourced. So compliance criteria for the regional material procurement, what it says, whether it is 50% or some other value, should be sourced from the local.
How?
You can refer to the slide I guess 26. There the compliance criteria for the procurement of regional materials locally was mentioned. So whether question number 9, this statement is true or false.
False.
So you are able to see the slides, or based on the understanding of the lectures you are giving the answer.
Based on the slide.
Okay, so in which slide it is explained? 26.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so whoever have mentioned true for this question number 9, they can see that it is discussed that the compliance typically requires 10 to 20% of the total material value to be locally sourced. Depending on the rating program is also there. So this statement of procuring around 50% of the materials to be locally sourced is false. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's move to the next question. Question number 10. That will be the last question of lecture 34. Then here is the question number 10. Which of the following is the most common alternative to the cement in concrete?
D.
Lime.
Fly, fly ash.
So some of you are saying lime, some of you are saying fly ash.
Fly ash, sir.
So fly ash is the right answer.
Portion. But fully we cannot this one. So only about 30 to 35% only we can. Yeah, that's also another alternative to cement. Yeah.
Yeah, most common alternative to the cement, or you can say it was discussed like fly ash is a good substitute for the Portland cement in the lecture 3. Sorry, slide 3.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
why
sir.
it is? Because it has many benefits that you can explore, that it improves the workability or reduce the water demand or reduce the heat of hydration and improve durability. That's why it is considered to be the alternative for cement in concrete. So fly ash is the right answer. Everybody is fine.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so let's move to the some of the sample problems of lecture 35, materials and resources, part 5 of week 7. And this will be the last chapter, you can say, or last lecture sample problems of week 7. And here also we will be similarly discussing the 10 questions that can be formed from the content of this lecture 35. And after that we will be discussing the previous year questions. There are also 10 questions. So based on the all the videos that you have seen, you have now submitted the assignment also, I feel. Then based on the, this is a quick revision kind of session where you are solving or understanding the multiple concepts or doing the revisions of the lecture videos. So after that I will be discussing the previous year questions, and for that I will be hoping that all of you must be giving the answer, and all of you must be giving all the correct answers for all the 10 questions that will be shown to you previous year questions. So after this revision session or these sample problems, I will be presenting the previous year questions also. So without wasting much of our time, let's do the last chapter or lecture 35 sample problems also. Then we will be moving to the previous year question discussions. Here is the question number 1. What is a rapidly renewable material? A material harvested within 5 years, or material that have been harvested within 10 years or shorter, materials that takes more than 20 years to grow, or are non-renewable material. So rapidly renewable material it is talking about. So I think option D you can easily eliminate. Then option A, B, C, out of that you can choose any of them. Hmm. Question is clear to all of you.
Yes, sir.
So
Option B.
So Saluji is saying A, I think, and two of you are saying B. So all of you are having the these PPT slides. Then you can open to the slide number 3. Slide number 3 of lecture 5, lecture 35, and there in the assignment question also, if I am right, then in the assignment question of week 7 also this question was there. Am I right?
yes, sir.
So it was discussing about the rapidly renewable material definition, you can say. So option B will be the right answer for this question. You can refer to the assignment questions, or you can refer to the slide number 3 of lecture 35. If you are having some sort of query, then you will be knowing that the rapidly renewing material are those materials from agricultural products that are harvested within 10 years of a life cycle, or, or or shorter cycle they have been harvested. Traditional wood from hard grown timbers does not qualify as rapidly, since it takes 20 to 25 years to grow. So for this option B will be the right answer. Now whoever have answered other than option D, is it fine? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So can we move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here is the next question. Which of the following is not considered a rapidly renewable material? Option A, bamboo, cork flooring, straw bells, and hardwood timber. So D. So I think I have well explained in the previous question discussion that the hardwood timber, option D. All of you have marked the right answer. Like bamboo floor, corn flooring or straw bells, whatever I have mentioned, option A, B, C, they are considered as the rapidly renewable materials. But the hardwood timber, it takes around 20 to 25 years to grow. That's why making it renewable, but not rapidly renewable. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's move to the next question. Question number 3. Which of the following should be avoided when using bamboo flooring? Sweeping, drying, mopping, damp mopping, or dusting? Which is dangerous for bamboo as a flooring material? Since it is a rapidly renewable material, so what do you think? Which operation should be avoided? Okay. So option C, most of you have marked, and that is the right answer for this question. That is damp mopping. What is damp mopping? It is just when the excessive moisture comes on the surface of bamboo, that can be referred as a damp mopping activity, or other wants to add some of their expansion to this question. What do you
Wet,
understand by damp mopping?
wet mopping, sir.
Yeah,
Wet mopping using water.
yeah. So that will be harmful for that the durability of bamboo flooring. So that will be the right answer. So can we move to the next question? Question number 4.
Yes, sir.
So here is question number 4. Wood harvested from forest is always considered a rapidly renewable material. So I think as we have discussed above three questions, so answer of this you can give very fast and very easily. Yeah. So Elena's Bling, they have already given the answer also that this statement is false because wood is renewable, but it not need to be, or it is not necessary to be rapidly renewable material unless it is harvested within the 10-year cycle. That was the definition of rapidly renewable material. Like we can also harvest hardwood timber from forest that takes 20 to 25 years to grow, as I have discussed. So it will be making it renewable, not a rapidly renewable material. That's why this statement is false. So we can move to the next question. Question number 5. We cancel this and move question number 5. So rating system for sustainable buildings require that rapidly renewable materials must constitute at least 5% of the total material cost in a project. This is correct or incorrect? You can refer to the slide number 9 and try to give answer to this question. All of you, I want active participation from all of you, and here we are left with the next last 5 questions of the week 7 content. So all of you can open to their ppt slides also, lecture slides also, that was given to them for quick revision, and try to recall and answer to this question, question number 5, whether it was at least 5% or it was other than that. Okay, so Elena has given the answer, Civiling is also given the answer. What about others? They can Chasasindar is also saying false. Hmm. So whoever have answered false, they can explain why it is false.
So according to the lecture, the
It was
percentage
2.5.
Yeah.
2.5. Yeah.
So rating system requires rapidly renewable materials to make up at least 2.5% of the total material cost for compliance. It was not 5% as it was discussed. So this is false. All of you are right. So let me move to the next question for all of you. Question number 6. What is the minimum percentage of wood products that must be FSC certified according to the compliance criteria? So this one also you can answer, and some of you who are not able to recall, they can refer to the slide number 16 of lecture 35. So out of the four options, 30%, 50%, 70%, and 100%, which is the most suitable answer for this question number 6? Okay, again 3 and of you have answered. What about others? Divya, Hema. Okay, so So B is the right answer, and all of you know that the compliance criteria require at least 50% of the total wood waste materials used on site as per FSC certification. So everybody is fine with option D, 50%.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then let's move to the next question. Question number 7. Here is question number 7. Which of the following is not a consideration when selecting materials for green buildings? Out of the four options, which is not a consideration? I hope this question is clear to all of you, and all of you will be giving your correct answer. So this was discussed in the slide 23 of lecture 35. So out of the four, which is the least, or which is not, you can say, the consideration when selecting the materials for green buildings?
Aesthetics.
Yeah. So aesthetic is the right answer, and I hope all of you have given the right answer. Yeah, all of you have given the right answer. Option C. So this aesthetic appeal is, although it is important, but it is not listed as the key criteria for selecting the materials in green buildings. And other options like durability, local availability, and energy performance are the critical factors. So that's why option C will be the right answer for these questions. Let's move to the question number 8 and C. I think for this one, most of you will be able to answer easily. Question number 8. We are talking about the FSC certification. So let me ask what is FSC stands for.
Forest Stewardship Council.
Okay. What about others?
Yes, sir.
So option A, everybody is fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So Forest Stewardship Council is the right answer, and this is the full form of FSC. Noted. So let's move to the next question. Question number 9. Here is question number 9. FSC certified wood products are always less expensive than conventional wood products. Is it true or false? Question number 9. So all of you try to read this question also again and answer. Give your answers for the question number 9. And for people who are not able to recall, they can refer to the slide number 16 of this lecture 35 and try to give answer to this question whether it is true or false. Okay, Lina is now saying false. What about others? Whether this statement is true or false?
False.
False. Yeah. So these FSC certified goods products are generally more expensive. So saying that it is less expensive, which is false. And why they are more expensive? They are more expensive generally because of the sustainable forest management practices that are involved during the extraction of these FSC certified wood products. These sustainable forest management practices are involved, which makes them more expensive compared to the conventional wood products. So everybody is fine with the answer. It is false.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here is the last question of the sample paper. Here is the last question. Question number 10. When calculating FSC certification compliance, the value of the entire assembly, including the non-wood component, is considered. Whether this is true or false. People can also refer to the slide number 21 for further information regarding the FSC certification compliance. Which components are considered and which are not considered. And give me the final answer in the chat box for this last question of the today's sample problems. Then we will be moving to the previous year questions that are the last 10 questions and the most important questions you can say that you people will be answering. So first of all, let's finish this one. So with this, we are now completing the 50 sample question discussion of a week 7 lecture, week 7 content and lecture, all the lectures that were given to you. And most of you have given answers to all the questions correctly. In some of the questions, there was some sort of query or some sort of misunderstanding. I hope all those things were well discussed and sorted out. So let's answer to this question also. Question 10. Yeah, so Elena is right. Another, they are not right. So this you can all of you can open to the slide number 21. Then you can see that the compliance is calculated based on only the wood component of the assembly, not the total assembly value or not the non-wood components. When you are giving the compliance criteria or certification, then only the wood component you have to consider, not the non-wood components of the assembly value. So Elena is right. It is fine now.
Okay, sir.
Okay. For more information, you can refer to the slide 21. So with this, is it fine with all of you?
Yes,
This
sir.
okay. It is the I think you are only fine. What about the others? Okay, so there is also saying yes. So with this, we will be ending to the simple question discussions. Now we will be moving to the these previous year assignment questions, and now I will be discussing these questions one by one, and I will be thinking that all of you have now understood and revised the uh, videos and content. So try to give answers to these questions correctly, all of you in the chat box, one by one. So here is the first question for all of you. One of the methods of reducing the waste at source is by adoption of industrial standards for products manufacturing and packaging that use less materials. Is this correct or incorrect?
Correct,
So,
sir.
okay. So these questions answers you can, yeah, all of you have marked the right answer. I think it is correct only. So whenever you are discussing about adopting industrial standards that use fewer materials in product manufacturing and packaging, that will be helping you to reduce waste at the source and making it the key method for waste reduction. So this statement is true. Let's move to the next question. Question second. Here is question second. So try to give answer to this question second. Arrange the following in the hierarchy of integrated solid waste management. First step to last step. So which option will be correct?
Second on BCA.
Yeah,
Option 2.
option 2. So I think all of you are going in the right direction, and you are able to answer to these questions that were asked in the previous year. Option 2, that is BCA. This is the right answer. The hierarchy of integrated solid waste management typically starts with waste minimization, that also can be referred as the reducing waste generation, and followed by the waste segregation, that is sorting the waste into different types, and ends with the waste treatment and disposal, which can be referred as processing and disposing of the waste. So option second, that is BCA, will be the right arrangement of the following steps. So let's move to the next question. Question number 3. Here is question number 3. Anaerobic digestion and biomethanation are technologies used to process which kind of waste?
Organic.
So I think only one person is Sarojji also giving the answer. Arina is also giving the answer. So out of the four options, you can see how many of you are able to give answers and understand the question after watching to the videos, after having the submitting the assignment, and after having the discussion on the sample problems and quick revisions. If you people are not able to give answer to these questions, because similar kind of questions will be coming in the exams and that was asked to you, so all of you should be able to give the correct answer to these questions. And for these questions, all of you have marked the right answer, that is option B, organic and garden waste. The anaerobic digestion and biomethanation are the process used to manage and recycle organic waste such as wood scraps and garden waste into biogas and compost it. That's why option B will be the right answer. So everybody is fine with question number 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then let's move to the fourth question. Here is the fourth question for all of you in front of you. The first step to efficient construction management, waste management, is by keeping a summary log of all the construction waste generated by type, the quantities of each type of that were diverted and landfill, and the total percentage of the waste diverted from landfill disposal. This is true or false? So understand it.
अबे भी जोक बताओ यार.
So true is the right answer for this question. All of you have marked it rightly. Let's move to the fifth question. Here is the fifth question. As given in NBC of India, which of the following arrangement of material is in ascending order of embodied energy.
There was a disturbance. Somebody has to switch off there.
So I think all of you. So now we are ending to the session and the Abhinav wants to join. So Abhinav, am I audible? Avinash.
Sir, can you show the screen like question again?
Yeah, yeah. So uh, try to join early in the session. We are now closing the session today. Here is the question number 5 from the previous year assignment. So choose the correct answer for this question. Which is the right answer?
So it's D, fly ash, gypsum, glass, and aluminium.
Yeah. So option D is in the right ascending order of embodied energy. Fly ash has the lowest energy requirement, followed by gypsum, glass, and aluminum, which is the highest embodied energy requirement. So you are absolutely right. Let's move to the sixth question. Here is the sixth question. Although the retrofitting an existing building to accommodate new program can add to the cost and complexity of design, reuse of existing components can reduce the overall cost of construction sustainably. This is true or false? Okay. So, yes, this is statement is true, and all of you have answered it correctly. That the while retrofitting can be complex and costly, but reusing existing components often results in overall cost savings and resource efficiency. So let's move to the next question. Question number 7. Here is question number 7. If broken glass waste from home is sent back to industry for recycling, then this glass reused in the manufacturing of a new glass is termed as. So this
Yeah.
concept, this discussion, I think I have made.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. This type of questions we have already discussed in the sample questions. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So all of you have answered it correctly. That this was also asked in the previous year. So it is pre-consumer recycled content. Let's move to the next question. So this also, I think this was also asked. The
So what's
consistency.
the
Yeah. So it is B. Option B. Oh, but then what you have answered?
B or
Let me see. Okay. Yeah, you all of you are right. It is option A. Post-consumer. It is
okay?
post-consumer one because it is broken glass is there and it is sent back to the industry for recycling. So it is once used by the consumer. So it is post consumer. All of you have answered A only. So I think it is fine. Are you fine, Elena? Yeah. So it is option A. Post consumer. So here is question number 8. FSC certification is only given to forest products. FSC certification is only given to the forest products. Yeah. So I think all of you are
Yes.
now going in the right direction and giving the right answer only to the all the questions. So it is true. FSC itself stands for Forest Stewardship Council, as we have discussed. That certification is specifically for the forest products, ensuring they come from responsibly managed forest. So it is true. Can we move to the next question?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Here is the ninth question of the previous year. Which of the following is not a rapidly renewable material? Bamboo, straw bales, plywood, wool, carpet. So this is the second last question. So some of you are saying C, some of you are saying D. So this is directly given to the last year assignment question. And for this one, out of C and D, this wool carpet is there and plywood is there. So let me disclose that plywood option C is the most suitable answer out of the four options because rapidly renewable materials are those materials that come from the resources that can be replenished within short time frame, such as wood, straw, but the plywood, however, is typically made of wood. So this wood does not regrow quickly, as we were discussing about the hardwood. Was the example of uh, was not the example of rapidly growing rapidly renewable materials. This plywood is made up of hardwood that is coming from forest, so this is not coming under the rapidly renewable material. So whoever had marked option C, they are going in the right direction. Now everybody is fine with all answer of the question number 9.
Okay.
Okay. So here is the last question of the today's problem solving session of week 7. And let's see how many of you are able to give the answer to this question also correctly. The COC number for FSC certification will be given at each stage of the process from production to distribution. So out of these, whether option A is correct or option B is correct. Okay, so this is the last question. All of you can mark your attendance. We have not marked and answer to it also. Can anybody say what is the right answer?
True.
Yeah, so it is
True.
it is true. The COC number for FSC certification will be given at each stage of the process from production to distribution. This statement is absolutely correct. So with this, I think we can end to this today's problem solving session. And let me ask one more question now before ending to the session. What is the full form of COC?
Chain of custody.
Yeah. So all of you are correct. With this, we are ending to the discussion of 60 problems of today's problem solving session, and thank you all of you for joining the session and making it a wonderful and interactive one. Similarly, we will be joining the next session, problem solving session, on the week 8 content that will be discussed in Tuesday 6 to 8 p.m. Meet you all of you there again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.